So hello guys, it is me, Paul the Gamer. I kind of have a new look today. I got a new haircut. Anyway guys, today we're going to talk about the AFC South. The AFC South is the Colts, I think the Colts, Texans, Jags, and I forgot the team in this. Yeah, it's the Colts, Jags, the Colts, the Jaguars, and who else? Let me check something real quick. The Colts, Jags, Titans, and the Texans. Okay, let's talk about the Texans first. Oh boy, the Texans. They signed no free agents, but they did sign their receiver to a long-term contract. I think Brandon Cooks signed another 3-year deal with the Texans. And the Texans like the quarterback they had from last year, where he was a rookie. And he played pretty good last year, so. And now they have a lot of picks. Because you know who got traded? Deshaun Watson got traded to the Browns. So the Browns gave the Texans 3 number ones. I think a second and a 4th and a 5th round pick. So they have a lot of places they need to draft. I think the Texans are okay with the. I think the Texans like their quarterback they have. I think they also like the receiver they re-signed. But other than that, they need everything. They need everything on defense. They need an offensive line. They need running backs. So I don't know what they're gonna do in the first round. I think they have 2 number 1 picks in the first round, and I believe that they're gonna draft an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. Because they love to build the team from the inside and out. So if they can draft a nice center or a nice defensive tackle, that'd be huge for that team because they can build from that. But other than that, the Texans are going to be in last place in the AFC South again for the 3rd year in a row. They're going to be in 2nd place. Now going to the Indianapolis Colts. They don't have a 1st round pick this draft, so they already got everything they wanted in free agency. Because they already had a nice running back in Jacob Taylor, who should have been an MVP last year instead of Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, so he gets MVP. They have a great offensive line, but they did lose their left tackle, so maybe they can find a left tackle maybe in the second or third round. Because they're in the draft, there's a lot of good linemen also, and a lot of receivers. But the one thing that the Colts really need to get is a number one wide receiver. But when I look at the Indianapolis Colts, the number one and number two receivers last year combined have 145 catches. Think about that, guys. Two receivers combined have 145 catches in the season. You know what receiver has the same amount of catches? Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is one guy who had 145 catches last year. And the Colts, two of them combined add up to Cooper Kupp. So that means, yeah, they need a number one wide receiver in that team. But other than that, they're stacked because they got their quarterback. I think they traded a second round and a third round pick for Matt Ryan. So they did have two number two picks and two number third picks. So yeah, so they got their boy Matt Ryan at quarterback. They do have money, and maybe they could sign Julio Jones, which Matt Ryan plays with in Atlanta. So yeah, that'd be great. Hey Ryan, what's up, man? Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the chat. We already talked about the Texans, and they're going to be in last place. I was just talking about the Indianapolis Colts. But I think they only need a number one receiver in the draft, but they don't have a first round pick. So that means they can't draft a receiver in the first round. But they do have a second and a third round pick. They did have two second round picks, but they traded one of those second round picks for Matt Ryan. And they got Matt Ryan, and they still have cap, so maybe they can go out and get Julio Jones that play with Matt Ryan, or Jarvis Landry's out there. So yeah. Yeah, the Colts are going to be a great team this year, but they need a number one receiver. Hey, thanks for noticing, Manuel. Yeah, I just got my haircut today, and they really cut it short. And I had them shave my mustache and beard, so now I look like my head looks huge. My head looks huge. So now we talked about two teams already in the division. Now the next team we are gonna be talking about is the Jacksonville Jaguars. We all know the Jacksonville Jaguars were a crappy team last year, but the players the players on that team weren't that bad. They have a nice running back in Robinson. I love the run back they have in Jacksonville. They have a great offensive line, but they did not have any receivers, so they did go out in free agency and sign a big receiver away from the Arizona Cardinals. I think they signed Christian Kirk to a big deal. And I don't agree that Christian Kirk should have got all that money in free agency. He hasn't proven nothing yet. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they went crazy last season, but I think they overpaid for one of the free agent wide receiver. But last year the team could have been good, but the one horrible thing last year about the Jacksonville Jaguars was their head coach. Urban Meyer was a bad, horrible, terrible head coach in the NFL. There were a lot of horrible stories that came out of Jacksonville about the head coach. I mean, the head coach in practice, he would kick some of the players. He even kicked his kicker in the leg. It came out, and players for the Jacksonville Jaguars said that Urban Meyer treated everybody on the team like crap. Even the vice coaches and even the other coaches, they came out and said Urban Meyer was a bad person, making fun of people, putting them down, threatening them with their jobs. Yeah, that was way bad. I mean, Doug Peterson, he's a Super Bowl coach. He won the Super. The guy won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl because of Doug Peterson. Yeah. What a horrible. See, I mean, some of these coaches that come out of college, they have all this power because they can boss kids around. But if you coach in the NFL, these players are not kids. These are all grown up men, and and grown up men, they don't take this kind of crap from anybody. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm sure that Trevor Lawrence is gonna bounce back because he saw some bad coach, but now he has a new great head coach. So it's a whole new start for Trevor Lawrence. Actually, it's a whole new start for the whole organization with a standout guy like Doug Peterson. So I'm excited to see what Doug Peterson can do with Trevor Lawrence. I am doing great, Lucas. How are you doing, man? Yeah, Jacksonville have a great. They have a great team right now. And in the draft, the only thing they need in the draft is maybe cornerback or offensive line or a nice tight end for Trevor Lawrence. That's all they're missing is a tight end, cornerback, and an offensive line. My Easter was great, Lucas. I had a wonderful Easter. What about you? Did you have a great Easter too, man? Anyway, yeah. I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be number 4. Actually, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to come in 3rd in their division. And now we're going to talk about the Tennessee Titans, who won that division last year, who almost made it to the Super Bowl. The team was in the AFC Championship game, and the team that lost to the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship game, Tennessee Titans. What can you say about this team? This team is an elite team. Mike Vrabel as the head coach, I love that head coach. He brings all the intensity at the head coaching spot. They have a great offensive line. They have the premium running back in Derrick Henry. Nobody wants to tackle that guy. I guarantee no one wants to tackle that guy. And they have a great offensive line. They have a great defensive line too. That defensive line got 9 sacks on Joe Burrow in the AFC Championship game. 9 sacks, and I don't know how you lose a game when you sack the other quarterback 9 times. But yeah, they have nice linebackers, and they have a great secondary. But the only thing is, A.J. Brown is coming into it last year, the deal. And just today, I heard that A.J. Brown is going to sit out OTAs because he wants a new contract. And then they released Julio Jones because he didn't play much of the season because of injury. But they do have a first round pick, but they pick, I think, 29th. So I don't know what kind of receiver they can get. 20. No, actually, they picked 20. No, 30. Yeah, number 30. I don't know what kind of receiver they can get at number 30. Yep. Derrick Henry is a big boy. Derrick Henry is a big boy. But the Tennessee Titans have 2 problems on their team. It's at the wide receiver position, and also it's at the quarterback position. Yes, Ryan Tannehill is a good quarterback, but I think he's not one of those elite quarterbacks. I would rate Matt Ryan Tannehill, I rate him in the range of 11 to 15 quarterbacks in the league. So they have the 30th pick. Maybe they could draft one of these quarterbacks at the end of the first, at the end of the first rounder, like Pickett. I forgot the other quarterback that's coming out. Or they can trade for a quarterback like Jordan Love is out there. Maybe they can give us the 30th pick, because they're going to pick a quarterback at that position. Anyway, why not get a quarterback that's sat behind one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Aaron Rodgers? But I heard that Jordan Love is on the trading block if they want to trade him away. But yeah, that team, I believe it's going to win the division again. But I don't know how far they're going to get in the playoffs with Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, you're right. The special team is awful. But their special team is way better than the Packers' special team. I can tell you that much. So my rating for this division is Tennessee Titans are going to be number 1 in the division. I would put I would have to say the Indianapolis Colts are going to be 2nd in that division. Jaguars are going to be 3rd in that division, and the Texans are going to be the last place in that division. What about you guys? What do you think? Rate these teams from 1 to 4. I would love to know what you think about this division, and who's going to win it, who's going to come in last, and who's going to come in second. I think we all know who's going to come in last is the Houston Texans, right? In 3rd place, I said it's going to be the Jaguars. And 2nd place, I said the Indianapolis Colts. And I said 1st place is the Titans. But the Titans and the Colts are so close to each other. You can like reverse those teams. And both of those teams can actually win the division. But I picked the team that went to the AFC Championship last year. That's Tennessee Titans. Yep. Yeah, but you think David Mills is going to be a lot better than Trevor Lawrence? That is very interesting. That is very interesting. But Trevor Lawrence has better receivers around him. David Mills only has Brandon Cooks. So, but yeah, David Mills, I like that kid. I like that quarterback. He played pretty good last year. he was not that bad. Not bad at all, but it's still the Texans. They don't have any good players around Davis Mills right now. At least the Jaguars got Trevor Lawrence something. Like they got him receivers, they got him running backs, and we don't know who the running back is gonna be for the Texans either. So there's a lot of questions around the Texans. And there's also a lot of questions around the Jags. So, but like I said about the two top teams in the division, you can say the same thing about the two last teams in the division. You can switch the Texans and the Jags around, and you can be right. I can be right. But my prediction is Titans, Colts, Jags, and Texans. So yeah. And guys, the draft is only 9 more days away. 9 days away, guys. 9 days away, I think. The first round is on April 29th. Wait, yeah. Oh, no, we have. Today's the 19th. Yeah, so we do have 9 days left. And I hope you're with me Thursday, April 28th. Because I'll be doing a live stream of the NFL draft. I'll start the live stream about 15 minutes early before the draft comes on. So I can have people come in and wait for the draft and all that. But yeah, it's going to be a fun day going through the first round of the draft in 9 days. You never know what would happen. Trades or somebody reaching for a player. Yeah, I have about, I think I have 2 more divisions left. And those 2, I'll be doing it. Probably, I'll be doing one on Saturday. And the last division, I'll be doing on a Tuesday. So after that, it's gonna be the draft. I still have the AFC East to do and the AFC. Wait, I think I only have one more division left. I can't remember. But I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you guys on that one. But yeah, I'll be back on Saturday for a live stream. And maybe on Friday night, I'm gonna do a retro gaming stream on Friday night. I'll be playing Mario Brothers 2 for the Nintendo system. So yeah, come for that also on Friday night. And like I said, next Thursday, it's gonna be the draft. And I'll be on 15 minutes before the draft starts. So I will let some of the people come in before the draft starts. and I am excited for the draft. Every year I look forward to the draft because you never know what's going to happen in the draft. You can have trades, you can have picks, all that. But anyway, guys, yeah, that is it for today. I hope you like this kind of content because I love doing these kind of content for you guys. And you guys are really killing it in the hours. I just want to thank you so much for that. And I will see you Friday night. And once again, thank you for coming in and spending your time with me. I really appreciate that. And like I wanted to say to the new people that come across my channel, I would hope you to punch the like on the video, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. And guys, I will see you in the next video. I hope you guys have a great night. And I really appreciate this, guys. And yeah, I will see you Friday night. Alright, guys. You guys have a great rest of the night. I am out, and it is me. I am out. See you later. You too, Ryan.